Hello, my name is AJ, and this is the first video of the Sports Analytics Club and Business uh, YouTube channel. Today, I have the main officers of the club. If you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Yeah. My name's Jake. I'm the Vice President of Data Analytics.
My name is Karthik Menon. I'm the president and founder of Sports Analytics.
My name is Akash. I'm the vice president of Stat Collection.
Hi, my name is Drew, and I'm the VP of Relations.
Do you guys want to explain what your jobs are and the jobs under you?
Yeah. So my job is mainly based on getting the stats from Akash and then using those stats to make graphs and different statistics for those coaches. And Drew talks to the coaches and he gets what they prefer, like the different graphs they want for that specific game. So then I use that data and I make those graphs for those coaches, and then we forward it on to them.
I'm more behind the scenes. I help run meetings. I make sure everything runs smoothly. I set events with guest speakers and whatnot.
I basically oversee all the stat collection process where I have a group of people that go out to different games and they analyze the games to get the stats, which we then send to Jake, and then from Jake to Drew to the coaches.
Yeah, and I just kind of reach out. I reach out to the coaches. I reach out to any opportunities we have. We've had a Mark Beal, we had a Rutgers business professor. So I'm just there to, make everything run smoothly with connecting with us and everybody else.
All right, so you guys have guest speakers.
Yeah. So our biggest event, it was very successful. We had Mark Beal, who is a professor at Rutgers. He also runs their sports business club at Rutgers University. He came to speak to us about sports business side of sports. So I know when we started this club, our main vision was analytics, right? Numbers, data sets, all of that. But as our club evolved, we realized that there's so much more to the market of sports than just numbers and data. So we moved towards sports business, which is marketing, sports journalism, not really, broadcasting. And Mark came to talk to us, and it was a very nice, successful opportunity. We had it in the library in the Glass Castle, and I think it was we had around 40 people show up, and I thought it was very successful.
Yeah.
Do you guys do any field trips? I know that FBLA does trips for competitions, and so does other clubs like robotics.
Yeah, so right now we're focusing for next year. Obviously, this club started a little late in the year, right before the spring season, so we're working on funding and stuff like that because we want to make it as cheap as we can to our members. But we're looking at different sports analytics competitions. I know there's one in UPenn, there's one in MIT in Massachusetts, different stuff like that. And we're just trying to get opportunities for members to get experience, real-world experience, so they can actually see what it means to be a data analyst or marketing and stuff like that. Because it does, just because you do sports analytics doesn't mean it can't be applied to other stuff. I know data analytics is a pretty big, broad field. If you go to competitions and realize that you like them, you could really set up a career for you.
So how does this tie back to school, sports, students?
So basically, we all play sports. We all play soccer. So we're not. We also play other things. You guys play tennis. I bowl. We kind of wanted to start this club because we all are interested in sports, and we feel like our school does lack student-run clubs that kind of advocate for more of the students, and it's not just just for volunteer hours or it's just for that. We've created some opportunities for people to learn. I know we reached out to a guy from Rutgers to talk to us about marketing and business and kind of what he does and what he teaches his kids. Just to make our club a little bit more different than most. I feel like a lot of clubs are it's already set in stone. We're kind of still changing, moving things around. And I think that's what's really unique about our club. So yeah.
How can this tie into the real world? How could marketing or being in the business section of this club tie to you like getting a job?
So when we started this club, one of the main focuses we had was getting real life experiences. I know Drew mentioned something about us being unique to different clubs is that we want people to get out there and realize like the world of sports. So when we started this, we were mostly the analytical part of the sports, right? Numbers, stats, all that. And obviously there's a market for that. But we have to understand that there's also a market for sports business, which is under like marketing and other stuff like that. So as we branch off and as our club evolves, we're trying to focus more on like looking out and like seeing the different opportunities you can go with sports, because a lot of people in this school are interested in sports, and realistically not all of them are going to go play in college or go professional or stuff like that. But if you have a passion for sports, and I think Mark Beal told us that if you have a passion, you really want to go for it, you can find some kind of career that you can go and pursue it. So I think helping people set up in like the future would be like our guest speakers, our workshops, our field trips, and we're just exploring the different options that people can have to really pursue the passion they have for sports, even if it doesn't mean playing, if it means marketing or analyzing different statistics. And I think helping people realize that will help them set up for a job like that in the future.
All right. So how can joining this club like help somebody like
You want to answer that?
make them look good on their college resume?
That kind of factors into the volunteer hours and the field trips. We're going to try to sign up for these competitions in the future through fundraising. And with these competitions, if they place well, it'll look good on their college resume. And these are different prestigious competitions, so we're trying to sign up for these.
Yeah, it's also like a more direct club. Like I know a lot of colleges look for things that you're more involved, like your extracurriculars are more towards your major, and I feel like this is a very direct towards like business, sports, and marketing. So if you're interested in that, I think it'll look good just that you're involved in a club that's similar to something that you'll apply to. I know colleges really like that compared to if you're just in a bunch of random clubs that are good and like they give you volunteer hours, but it doesn't really give a direction to the college of like your identity and like what you're really interested in. So I think that's like a big thing is there's not many clubs that are this direct into, a major, because that's really what it is. We're basically a club for, 3 specific majors. So I think that's what makes it really good for college to be a part of it.
I agree with Jake and Drew about like volunteer hours in your major, but like what separates us, and I'm not going to name like specific clubs, but a lot of clubs in our school, you go there, if you're just a member, you don't really get to make an impact within the club. So you go there, you go to the monthly meetings, you do whatever. In Sports Analytics, you come to the meetings, we want your voice, we want your impact, we want you to help us create the club with you, because we want to create we want it to last for when we leave too. So we want the club to actually be student run, and I think that's important because again, it shows in your application that if you like leadership. I know for us it's been a challenge, and like we've been learning different ways to lead this club and see what direction it's going into. But I think getting like directly involved in a club shows on your resume that you're interested. It shows your leadership and other aspects like that.
All right. What makes you guys different from other clubs? Like I get like obviously the topic of the club is very different, but like what kind of activities do you do that are different?
Well, first off, we're like starting off right now. So right now what makes us different is like how Karthik said, we're trying to make it as much student led as possible. And if you see our structure of our club, we have so much people with like specific roles, and each of them have such a big part in our club. And it's not like us four, for example, do all the work, because really it's like a lot of people together do all the work. And hopefully in the future, we are planning to do these field trips and get these real life experiences which you won't really see in other clubs. So yeah.
And more like another aspect is again real world experiences. I think us getting in contact with people from the people who have had those careers, I think it's important to see what other people have had those careers, to see what they can do and what they've achieved and the kind of path that they had, so you can truly see what you're getting yourself into. I think an issue when you're in high school is that when you pick your major, it's like kind of you think it's deciding what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And it's important to get out there and see what it actually entails. You might think, oh, sports, oh, I can't do anything but play the sport, but there's obviously a market for other careers in there, which is like journalism, broadcasting, analysis, marketing. There's so many different aspects that I feel like that students don't really see until they're immersed in an experience that they can truly understand it. So I think, again, with the guest speakers and our workshops and hopefully field trips in the future, I think those really set us apart from other clubs.
All right. Where could somebody contact you guys on like information about the club if they have any other questions, or if like monthly meetings? Like when are those usually?
So we try to get meetings around like once or twice a month, really, because some other clubs like they do once a month or like every week, but I feel like for us, what we need is once or twice a month. And to contact, Karthik here is our president, so he would probably be the best person to contact as he has all the information on everything.
So my email is karthik.menon@motsd.org. Realistically, you could email any of our members or really anyone in the club because we're kind of like a close-knit community. So realistically, you email anybody, they'll help you as much as they can. We have a Google Classroom, an Instagram, a YouTube. So if you really want more information, there's there. You can ask anyone. We have a couple officers, but realistically, if you ask anyone, they'll have an understanding what the club is and what they expect from you. And if you need any more information, you can ask one of us.
Yeah, and we'll put all of like the social medias and maybe our classroom code and stuff in like the bio.
All right. Well, thank you guys for
Thank you, AJ.
being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.